and matinee fans who aka Lady P and Meta from Monday to Friday from 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. on the morning drive. 103.5
Ọmaka mepere anyị igboro ọrụ ndị ọma na-ege anyị ntị n'ụlọ ọrụ mgbasa ozi ebe ọ na-adị 103.5 FM n'ụbọchị tata bụ Fraịde mkpụrụ ụbọchị 25 n'ime ọnwa Nọvemba 2022. Ọ kụọla elekere 7 n'oge newspaper headlines. Mana anyị ga-eburu ụzọ gazie ozi anyị na-achịta azụ anyị aga n'ihu pụtara ihe dị n'akwụkwọ akụkọ anyị jiri nkata nọnyere anyị na-enwekwana ebe eji anyị
Do you have the right to quality broadcasting? The National Broadcasting Commission says any person, group of persons, or organization aggrieved by the contents of a broadcast or the conduct of a broadcast station may lodge a complaint to the station and all right to the Director General, National Broadcasting Commission, number 20, Ibrahim Taiwo Street, Asokoro, Abuja, or send a mail via info@nbc.gov.ng. Please ensure that your complaint includes name of the broadcast station, title of the program, date and time of broadcast, and essence of the complaint. Also, remember to include your name, address, telephone number, email, and append your signature. Note that the complaint must reach the NBC within 14 days of the queried broadcast. NBC, your right to quality broadcasting.
ndewo n'ịka sonyere anyị n'ụlọ ọrụ mgbasa ozi ebe ọ na-adị 103.5 FM n'oge newspaper headlines. N'ụtụtụ anụ a anyị na-akpọ Guardian, Punch, Tribune, Premium Times, Nation, Leadership. Anyị jikwa ihe dị n'akwụkwọ akụkọ Vanguard, Sun yana The State. Sonyere anyị na anyị na live na Facebook page anyị at ebe ọ na-adị 103.5 FM. Daniel visitere anyị akwụkwọ na 08096661035 na WhatsApp maọkwa na SMS. Ị ga-enweta anyị online ma ọ bụrụ na streamụ mixlr.com/gistfm. Aha m bụ Ivan.
And I'm Martin. Let's get started with the Guardian newspaper. Decline in oil, gas output hampers growth amid recession. PDP, coalition of United Political Party, others slam Adamu over deployment of Bermuda voters accreditation system. Kanu lawyers sue National Intelligence Agency Director General for forced arrest, imprisonment in Kenya. Abia PDP flags off campaign with no reference to Ayu Atiku. Court disqualifies Rivers APC Guba candidate Tonye Cole from 2023 elections. Flood. Prepare for high cost of food, increased hunger. Farmers warn Nigerians. 13 years after, federal government reinstates history in education curriculum, begins training of 3,700 teachers. Tinubu promises to address issues, policies hindering commerce, enterprise in Southeast. Federal government, United Kingdom, UNICEF investment of $109 million puts 1.5 million girls in school in Castena, Kanu, others. Christian Association of Nigeria slams operatives over insecurity in Kaduna community. Senate committee clears Umana, dismisses 480 billion naira fraud allegation. Capital Market Master Plan receives 30% implementation, says PwC. Capital Market Master Plan receives 30% implementation, says PwC. Coalition of Southeast youth leaders condemn alleged assassination attempts on Obi during rally. Abiodun approves 500 million naira for micro, small, medium enterprises development. Climate change must take social justice, inequalities into consideration, says Osibanjo. How Atiku's visit cemented Gombe as PDP's fortress. Be role models to younger generation. Buhari charges leaders. Court sacks Arielu. Orders INEC to confirm Saudi as KB PDP candidate. Over 7,000 uncollected PVCs in Anambra Council, says Residential Electoral Commissioner. University of Benin Teaching Hospital offers free cancer screening as Nigerian liquefied natural gas upgrades intensive care unit center. Osiomo named best independent electricity producer. National Union of Journalists. INEC stress importance of journalists in 2023 polls. New Naira. Farmers decry alleged antics of middlemen. As Conference of Nigerian Political Parties Lord's policy. Rivers gives Accord 7 days to relocate party office. Yoruba Youth Council urges Buhari to probe EFCC activities. Experts warn against prevalent danger of corruption in Nigeria. 160 Imo State University law students inducted into Imo International Federation of Women Lawyers, charged on discipline. Delta flood victims protest, give Okowa 14 days to pay compensation. How to reduce mental disorder, drug abuse in Nigeria by Onabulele. Media rights agenda tax government on budgetary provision of Freedom of Information Act implementation in ministries, departments, and agencies. Court sacks Apgas Anambra South senatorial candidates. Why independent corrupt practices and other related offenses commission. Stakeholders must rise against vote buying violence. Stakeholders urge leaders to emulate Jakande's mass housing policy. Review varsity curriculum to tackle unemployment. Nigerian Employers Consultative Association, Tax, National Universities Commission. Ogun, Nigerian Automobile Technicians Association of Nigeria, synergize to boost practical knowledge of students. Outdoor Advertising Association of Nigeria Cooperative generates 1.01 million naira in 2022. 200 Alausa residents benefit from club site project. Again, Adeboye raises hope of better Nigeria. Ministry disburses 3 billion naira to empower 358 women. 2023 census beyond population counting. National Population Commission. Atiku tells supporters in Kwara he will set aside $10 billion for employment of youths, women, if elected. Christian Association of Nigeria expresses worries about killings in the country. National Board for Technical Education proposes funding to drive skills development. Ministry exceeds 2022 targets to hit 10 billion naira by December. Court to deliver judgment in Ogun PDP governorship crisis suit December 1st. Buhari attends African Union Summit in Niamey, inaugurates boulevard named after him. ADC presidential candidate Kashuku laments over plight of 100 million poor Nigerians. NMPC, Total Energies, Partners Commission, Monography Center in Anambra. NMPC, Total Energies, Partner Commission, Mammography Center in Anambra. Ganduje ascends to people with disabilities, 10 other bills. Federal government says $1 billion stolen fund recovered since 2015. OK's anti-corruption document. Enugu government condemns attack on farmers in Iha Amufu. President seeks confirmation of Onoshie as Niger Delta Development Commission Board chair, 15 others as members. Castena to borrow 48 billion naira for 2023 budget funding. Ogun police arrest 4 suspected kidnappers of Bishop Joshua. Nasarawa police invade baby factory, rescue victims, arrest suspects. No going back on support for Obi, says Ohaneze. Oyo approves reconstruction of magistrate court, police station. Why Southeast should embrace Tinubu by Mba? Why Southeast should embrace Tinubu by Mbam? Central Bank of Nigeria rallies support for cashless economy, unveils new notes. And that's the much we can take from the Guardian newspaper this morning.
Now, leadership. I will meet Obi to resolve our differences. Soludo. 13 years after, federal government reintroduces history into curriculum. We will crush bad governance, Nasarawa PDP boast. The letter, the spirit, and the letterman. The Humanitarian Affairs Ministry's budget. APC Muslim ticket. Dogara, Achuba, 6 others disown Babache over support for Obi. President Muhammadu Buhari seeks regional cooperation on terrorism, trans-border crimes. We are satisfied with Dangote's performance in CSR. Reps. Qatar 2022. After first round of matches, Africa teams yet to win. DSS withdraws court case against Toko Mamo. Adeleke vows to sack Oyetola's last-minute palm sex. Federal government destroy 3,000 seized weapons. Senate committee clears Omana, dismisses 480 billion naira fraud allegation. Let Mrs. Ejere finally goes home. Chinese committee renovates schools, builds more classrooms in Lagos. Northern APC Christian leaders didn't endorse Peter Obi, says Dogara. Others. Group laments abandonment of confirmed NDDC board members since 2019. Ronaldo makes World Cup history after Portugal. Ronaldo makes World Cup history as Portugal edge Ghana in 5-goal thriller. Army kills 5 Boko Haram terrorists, captures 1. 2023. Northern Christian leaders in APC dump Tinubu, declare support for P2B. APC's attack on Beavers confirmation. APC's attack on Beavers. Confirmation of plan to sack INEC chairman. CUPP alleges. Kwara rally turnout. PDP leaders should emulate Saraki. Faringado. Atiku in Kwara says he will tackle youth unemployment with $10 billion. Governor Emmanuel furnishes 17 schools with modern science labs, equipment. Federal government hails UNICEF FCDO as GEP3 enrolls additional 1.5 million girls. Edo, conducive environment is recipe for development. Ozamere. El Rufai commissions remodel ICT lab. World Cup. EU calls on FIFA to help families of dead workers in Qatar. Nile Varsity produces 800 graduates, rewards best students. 2023 poll. Kogi people must be discerning, says Raimo. Insecurity. Reps back creation of control center against small arms proliferation. GDP grew by 2.2% in Q3 2022, says National Bureau of Statistics. Kwara Kwara governor greets Buhari's chief of staff, Gambari, at 78. Climate change must take social justice inequalities into consideration. Osibanjo. Appeal court reinstates Bainani as APC governorship candidate in Adamawa 2022 World Cup. Why Embolo didn't celebrate after scoring for Switzerland against Cameroon. Margaret Lawrence University set to take off. Appoint Odili Vice Chancellor. Kaduna Electric assures of meter availability under MAP. Appeal court reinstates Bichawa as APC Guba candidate in Taraba. Media entrepreneur amplifies gender advocacy efforts in Nigeria. Others. Family physicians task Nigerians on adherence to COVID-19 guidelines. FUTA gets 100 million naira grant to fund research on hydrocarbon decline in Niger Delta from GEIL Lake Oil. Kaduna launches digital sexual offenders database. Foundation launches inclusive care facility in Lagos. Port operators bemoan gender inequality in maritime industry.
And now we move over to the Punch newspaper. 3 days to hand over, Oyetola appoints 30 permanent secretaries. Court stops Nigeria Air indefinitely, adjourns case till 2023. Police becoming endangered, needs prayer. Inspector General of Police. Federal government destroys 3,000 arms. NSA warns against violence. PDP slams attempt to stop Adeleke's inauguration. Northern APC Christian leaders divided over presidential candidates. Reps worry over federal government's China's $475 million deal. 1.6 million Nigerians undergoing HIV treatment, says NACA. Kwara government receives defectors, knocks PDP. Protesting Castena lecturers predict education's bleak future. Obasanjo warns youths against supporting bad leaders. As Adamawa APC governorship candidate. Niger Republic names road after Buhari. Niger Republic names road after Buhari. Industrial Training Fund trained 250,000 Nigerians in 6 years. Director General. Atiku promises $10 billion for youth, women empowerment. Impeachment. You are misinformed, biased. Lawmakers tell Ekiti Sans. Group unveils mining club in Osun schools. Tinubu begins Southeast rallies, promises dialogue with agitators. Rivers APC governorship candidate disqualified over dual citizenship. Be diligent in duties. Permanent secretary advises teachers. APC rally. Lagos declares alternative routes. Lagos recorded 0 bank robbery in 3 years. Sanwo-Olu. And still on the stories making the headlines this morning on the Punch newspaper. Adeleke will sack Oyetola's permanent secretary Monday. Spokesperson. Osun PDP hails court's refusal to halt Adeleke's inauguration. More entrepreneurs will boost Nigeria economy. Professor. One psychiatrics to 1 million Nigerians. Alarming. Atiku, Tinubu, Obi absent. Kwankwaso, Al-Mustafa, table agenda. Suspected ritualist murdered 10-year-old Togolese girl in Ogun. Bill Gates' daughter announces pregnancy on Thanksgiving Day. Reps probe federal government China's, okay, we've taken this. Fulfill your electoral promises. Christian Association of Nigeria advises presidential candidates. And still on the stories making the headlines on the Punch newspaper this morning. EFCC secures 3,328 convictions in 11 months. Bawa. Money laundering appeal court upholds conviction of Mina's son. Money laundering appeal court upholds conviction of Mina's son. Reps probe man's death at Abuja Federal Medical Center. Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps issues operational licenses to 24 security firms. Half pay. Castena Varsity, ASU members protest. DSS withdraws suit against ex-terrorist negotiator Tuko Mamu. I never collected $28 million to blackmail Obi Soludo. Reintroduce social studies to school curriculum. Done. National Assembly commences process to amend Extradition Act. Chief Medical Director calls for caution over brain drain. Nigerians vote more in BB Niger than elections. Media must pay Nigeria ahead of personal interests. Media must put Nigeria ahead of personal interests. Obasanjo warns youth against supporting bad leaders. Abducted Ekiti teacher, nurse, regain freedom. Kidnappers nabbed. Court disqualifies Rivers APC governorship candidate. Nigeria needs a leader with integrity, Zeke's wife. Enugu APC senatorial candidate condemns attack on communities. Kwara farmers hold pork festival December 8. Tinubu backs chieftaincy title in Ebonyi. Oyetola appoints 30 permanent secretaries. 1.6 million Nigerians with HIV on treatment. Naka. Ogun monarchs trade wars over boundary dispute. PDP berates peace accord breach. UK promises sanctions. Illegal arms, huge threat to Nigeria. Federal government. Elon Musk considers reinstating all suspended Twitter accounts. 2023, we will deliver Kogi to APC. Bello. Federal government, UNICEF sponsor 1.5 million Northern girls education. Courts to deliver judgments on Ogun PDP crisis. December. Kanu sues National Intelligence Agency Director General, demands 20 billion naira compensation. Fire guts Jos Motor Park, destroys property. What Nigeria election means globally, British High Commissioner. What Nigeria election means globally, British High Commission. Appeal court oppose conviction of minor's son. Governors reject sale of power plants, sues federal government. 3 teenagers, others shot in Maryland parking lot. US, 3 teenagers, others shot in Maryland parking lot. Opposition leader, Awa, named next Malaysian Prime Minister. Airline operators slams Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, rejects aviation fuel racketeering. Kanu APC begins campaign in Gaya local government. Thanksgiving, Nigerian church in US distributes 750 turkeys. European Union, pollution cost 238,000 premature deaths in 2020. Report. US consulate trains 150 journalists in election reporting. Castena, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency seizes 1.5 tons of illicit drugs. Ebonyi contractor petitions Inspector General of Police, alleges threats to life. Lagos government diverts traffic for APC rallies. PDP differs as APC dismisses electronic result transmission. Federal government restates commitment to developing smart cities. Osun Students Group urges Adeleke on members' welfare. And that's the much we can take from the Punch newspaper this morning.
Now, this day, Peter-side-led advocacy group cautions against rising attack on 2023 campaigners. Okonkwo, it's unlawful to attack supporters of opposition candidates. Beginning, Electoral Act has created moral panic among parties. Enugu PDP Guba candidate Mba launches health insurance scheme. Air Peace breaks Ibom Air monopoly of Uyo route as Ghana begins Enugu flight December 9. Court disqualifies Tony Cole over dual citizenship. Federal government over 1.6 million Nigerians now on HIV treatment. CJN, I am happy Makinde is among G5 governors. NDDC, Senate clears Niger Delta Affairs Minister. 2 billion naira pension fraud. 2 billion naira pension fraud. Appeal court upholds minor son. We didn't breach any law in Aregoshogan's removal. Dogara, Achuba, others disown Babache over endorsement of P2B. Peterside-led advocacy group cautions against rising attack. Labour Party (NCAA) may sanction pilot for disregarding. Talent: Women will lead Binani's campaign in Adamawa. Usman Danfodio University ASUU student protest withheld. JTF arrests two suspected kidnappers in Ekiti. Sanwo-Olu: Lagos has recorded lowest robbery incidents. IG tasks policemen to pray always. Bayelsa APC inaugurates Tinubu-Shettima campaign. Appeal court sets aside judgment on APC Guba, alleged breach of contract. Appeal court set aside 2.5 billion naira. House to probe implementation. Forensic audit. Gunmen kill three policemen. Kidnaps company's MD in Rivers. NAFDAC destroys product worth 485 million naira in Kano. Minister tax agencies to create jobs for unemployed. Arise TV to focus on education, healthcare, others. $9.6 billion PNID scam. Court orders arrest of another. Nigeria's GDP slows to 2.25% in quarter three. Ogun LP rejects composition of presidential campaign council. Bode George harps on unity, equal representation in PDP. 2 billion naira pension fraud. Appeal court upholds minor son. Audit query. House directs NUC to produce VCs indicted. Presidency. Nigeria's security ties. Nigeria's security ties with Niger, Chad, others. Arepo journalist estate road, Abiodun a promise keeper. The Nigerian condition, perspectives from Nigerian. 2023. Ekiti has 234 and 37 unclaimed PVCs, says INEC. Federal government seeks solution to collapse of critical infrastructure. Road project. Senate approves 21 naira refund to Taraba, Yobe. 2023. Kogi people must make informed decision on choice. NNPP urges INEC to comply with court order. Floods. Bello appreciates federal government's relief. Other interventions. UBTH to celebrate 50th anniversary with free cancer treatment. Bill to establish National Commission for Almajiri. Court disqualifies Court disqualifies Rivers APC Guba candidates over dual citizenship. Lagos set to mitigate waterborne diseases. Wike, we fulfilled promises to judiciary. Federal government restate commitment in resolving transmission. 2023. Makinde holds consultative town hall meeting. 2023. Niger Governor's Aid canvasses support. Edo refutes Wike's claim on 13% derivation payment by federal government.
And now we move over to the Nation newspaper. Federal government to review salary structure of doctors, health workers. Niger Delta stakeholders to Omo Agege don't block Onosie's clearance at Senate. Federal government reintroduces history in basic education curriculum. Binani, Bashawa reinstated as APC governorship candidates in Adamawa, Taraba. Tinubu, Shettima presidential bid will enhance power rotation, says Matawale. Paris Club, contractor, petitions Inspector General of Police, alleges threat to life. PDP G5 governors won't bow to intimidation. NMPCL, marketers differ over lingering petrol scarcity. No rift with Obi, says Soludo. Tinubu, I will review policies hindering commerce in Southeast. And still on the stories making the headlines on the Nation newspaper this morning. Senate committee clears Umana of 480 billion naira compensation from National Intelligence Agency Director General over arrest, detention. Vote your conscience. Christian Association of Nigeria tells Nigerians. Let's go for a short break. When we get back, we'll continue on the stories making the headlines on the Nation newspaper. Please stay.
Man is a political animal. That's why we all have our views on politics. Political View comes to you at Ebonade 103.5 FM with Martin Epan. Is here every Monday, 3 o'clock p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It's all about the day-to-day activities in the Nigerian political space. Views of political actors from various political parties on political process. Views of labor leaders, and most importantly, your views. Views of the common Nigerian. Tune in to Ebonade 103.5 FM or you join online via mixlr.com/gistfm every Monday and Saturday. What are your political views? Keep a date.
Onye kpọọ ọba ya mkpọkọrọ, agbata obi ewere ya kpụrụ ahịhịa, nke mere na onye na-ekwughị ka ọha eburu ya gbafee ama nna ya. Ọnọdụ ime obodo anyị dị iche iche n'ala anyị abụrụgo nke na-eme anyị echeta ebewe, mana olileanya ka dị maka na osita adịba mma ọ dịrị gaba. Ndozi obodo bụ mmemme ga-emepe anyị anya n'ụzọ kwesịrị ekwesị anyị ga-esi wee leba anya n'ihe dị iche iche gbasatara ndozi na nhazi obodo anyị kwa Tuesday ọbụla n'ebe ọ na-adị 103.5 FM ma ọ kụọ elekere 5 nke mgbede. Ndozi obodo bụ ọrụ dịịrị mụ na gị.
Health Plus, Health Plus, my health, your health, our health. Health Plus is a health program that talks about our general health. Join Chiki on Ebonade FM 103.5 to learn how best to manage your health and to take care of our young and old ones. Join me every Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday by 1 to 2 p.m. on Ebonade FM 103.5 Ogidi, Anambra State.
Excuse me. I got an announcement to make.
Are you looking for a way to tell the world about your products and services? Search no more. Come to Ebonade FM 103.5 Ogidi, Anambra. World at large about that your services and products, and you watch your business speed up with an unimaginable speed as it is hot. Ebonade FM, your short log for advertising.
Remember that you're still tuned to Ebonade 103.5 FM, and this is Newspaper Headlines. Remember that you can stream online. You can stream online via mixlr.com/gistfm. You can as well join us on Facebook at Ebonade 103.5 FM. We are live. Remember that you can send your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp on 080-9666-1035. We are on to the Nation newspaper. Vote your conscience. Christian Association tells Nigerians. Council boss nominated for award. APC not against Bermuda voter accreditation system, says Moka. Alleged $9.6 billion P&ID scam. Court orders arrest of another foreigner, Corrado Fantoli. Reps probe negligence by Federal Medical Center, Abuja, over alleged deaths of patients. DSS withdraws suit against terrorist negotiator Mamu. Appeal court upholds minor's son Faisal's conviction for money laundering. And still on the stories making the headlines on the Nation newspaper. G5 governors, enemies, frustrating PDP 2023 chances. DSS withdraws case against alleged terrorist negotiator. Oyetola installs ex-Oshun APC chair, new Owa of Ibajo. Air Nigeria, court renews status quo order on federal government, domestic airlines. Tinubu bags chieftaincy title in Ebonyi. Tinubu, I will negotiate with Southeast agitators. Federal government reintroduce history in basic education curriculum. Appeal court declares Bashar, Taraba APC governorship candidate. P&ID, ex-Lagos Attorney General, $200,000 laundering trial resumes February 21. And that's the much we can take from the Nation newspaper this morning.
The Vanguard newspaper, APC Guba candidate Taraba Agov as court reinstates the Watcher. World Cup, Brazil beat Serbia 2-0. CJN in Rivers says weakest stewardship legacies will be hard to beat. Snapchat teenage porn actress jailed for cybercrime in Ilorin. I didn't collect $28 million to blackmail Obi Soludo. DSS withdraws suit against ex-terrorist negotiator Toko Mamo. Treat literacy as fundamental human rights. Experts urge government. Federal government to review Conhead salary structure. Ngige. Federal government tax IOD corporate leaders on ethical leadership, technology advancement. Vanguard Mental Health Summit. Nigeria ranks first in world cannabis use countries. Mawa, I will sack your 30 PS appointees on Monday. Adeleke to Oyetola. Awareness crucial for sustainable mental health system in Nigeria. Adefaye. 2023. Ex-SGF Babachir Lawal's group endorses Obi. We've registered 3,700 waste pickers in Lagos. ASWOL. Security. Lagos robbery incidents record all-time low in decades, says Sanwo-Olu. Why Niger Republic named road after President Buhari presidency. APC committed to electronic transmission of electronic election results. APC committed to electronic transmission of election results. MOCA. 2023. Shun violence. Hate speech. Group begs Nigerians. Atiku vows $10 billion for employment of youths, women if elected. Vanguard Mental Health Summit. Enabulele urges Buhari to assent Mental Health Bill. 2023. Why I am running for Kogi East Senate seat. Adoji. Portugal edged out spirited Ghana in 5-goal thriller. 2023. Will dialogue with all agitating groups. Tinubu. Nigeria Air. Court renews status quo order on federal government domestic airlines. Early figures suggest Nigeria Air. Court renews status quo order on federal government domestic airlines. Early figures suggest the FIFA World Cup is a pop. Early figures suggest the FIFA World Cup is as popular as ever. COP27. GE. Irina collaborates with COP27. GE. Irina collaborates to support global climate change agenda. I will set aside USD $10 billion to create jobs for women, youths in Kwara. Atiku. NDDC. Group laments insensitivity of federal government towards board members confirmed since 2019. Using tax to boost education sector. TNT fund. FIRS appraise situation. Government must act fast to stop brain drain. NMA. Kwara APC welcomes thousands of defectors from PDP, SDP, ADC, others. Authorities arrest over 100 suspects in UK's biggest fraud operation. NDDC board. We shall meet in court, Ishekiri Group tells federal government. Soludo denies collecting $28 million to blackmail P2B. 2023. Match your words with action. Han tasks presidential candidates.
And now we move over to the Premium Times. How 5 students killed colleague in Sokoto. Appeal court sacks PDP senatorial candidates in Kanu. 2023. Why we are backing P2B instead of Tinubu. Aggrieved Northern APC Christian leaders. As flood waters recedes, Delta communities worry over impact on health, livelihoods. Election violence. United Kingdom threatens visa sanction against Nigerian politicians, security officials. Nigerian government recovers $1 billion looted fund since 2015. Protection levy. Terrorists hold 5 negotiators, give Zamfara community 2 extra days to gather balance. And still on the stories making the headlines on the Premium Times this morning, Buhari nominates Loretta Onoshie as chairman of NDDC board. Finally, Buhari unveils Nigeria's new Naira notes.
Now, some newspaper, Senate committee clears Omana, dismisses 480 billion naira fraud allegation. My rift with Obi, purely political, Soludo, Khan expresses worries about killings. DSS withdraws suit against ex-terrorist negotiator, Toka Mamu. Senate committee clears Omana, dismisses 480 billion naira allegation fraud. 4,500 visitors expected at Beauty West Africa organizer. Bridge Nigeria advocates inclusion in education for every child. The National Security Advisor gives reasons for proliferation of illicit arms. Out-of-school children drops by 1.5 million. Sanwo-Olu calls for urgent review of nation's security architecture. Sanwo-Olu calls for urgent review of nation's security architecture. Nigeria Air Force Nigeria Air Force signs MOU to improve safety in Nigeria's airspace. Appeal court withholds minor son's conviction for money laundering. Alleged defamation. Oweye petitions Ogun Governor CP DSS demands investigation. Amendment of NDLEA Act will strengthen Nigeria's drug war. Mawa. Hold me responsible if I fail to deliver as governor. Harlow tells Abians. Ex-SGF Babachir Lawal's group endorses P2B. APC recants over Beavers. APC recants over Beavers. Insists Adamu misquoted over transmission of results. I will address agitations in Southeast. Tinubu. NBS Poverty Report. Federal government failed Nigerians. P2B. GF governors will continue. P2B. GF governors will continue to push for equity, justice in the PDP. Ibazu. Nigeria decides 2023. Why APGA will win Rivers. Prince Ugo. Ibazu. Nigeria decides 2023. Why APGA will win Rivers. Prince Ugo Beke. MBS poverty results. Okay, I have to go. I'll address agitations in Southeast. Atiku promises to set aside $10 billion to tackle youth unemployment. Appeal court declares Binani APC governorship candidate in Adamawa. Group tackles senator at December 1. Na Tribune. 2023. Youth urged to resist being used by politicians. Presentation by politicians. Presentation of staff of office to Owo of Igbajo. Fomodun, Friday. Federal government needs to check mass exodus of medical personnel. Unimedics, CMG. NSCDC issues operational licenses to 24 private security firms. Federal government call for end to inequality challenges to eradicate HIV epidemic. We are satisfied with Dangote's performance on CSR. Reports. Borno government, European Union orders unite against stigmatization of repentant Boko Haram. CITAD trains university lecturers on data analysis orders. UK, UNICEF urged Nigeria government to step girls' education projects as 1.5 million girls are. PDP officially commences 2023 election campaign in Abia. Bauchi yet to maximize agricultural production potentials for economic growth, improved livelihood. NEPC sponsors certification of 154 MSMEs for export in 2 years. 2023 census. Oyo NOA director assures on adequate remuneration of humans, houses. Northern Christian APC leaders declare support for P2B. Court restrains federal government, airline operators for further taking action over Nigeria Air. Otu a ka ọ dị n'ụtụtụ anụ a na akwụkwọ akụkọ ndị anyị gụpụtara gị ka anyị nabata ozi ndị mmadụ sitere na SMS.
On SMS portal, we have this message that says, "There is no faith in us. Cannot challenge, that is, we cannot challenge serious obstacles, be devil in us. NG bombing and destroying treasure legacy establishments in Ukraine in the name of war and superiority. This type of Moscow leaders is the likes of Saddam Hussein." You also said that the kind of thing that can cure this leukemia that has left all bones weak, it is welcome in Bible. God used King Jehu of Judea and wiped out King Ahab, wicked Jezebel, and prophets of Baal, and Israel became cleansed. You didn't attach your name to this, but thank you so much for joining us this morning. We got a message from Damian from Munkwele, and he says, APC wants to bandit Southeast. That's how you said it. Because we challenged our mind. We channeled our presidency. Again, I'm ashamed on Southeastern governors for endorsing other presidential candidates than their brother, while their colleagues from other states throw their support behind Obi. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Damian from Munkwele. Another message just came through. Ebunike Udobi from Achala. And it says, Northern Christians endorses P2B is a welcome development because P2B has answered to their many problems and challenges. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And this one also is coming from PC. And it said, thank God for KEPN, Kano for good people. The egoistic and money mongers is already on their way to shame. Biafra mission all the way. And say, please, UK, leave you love Nigeria, but hate Biafrans. It doesn't make sense, but still, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks.
WhatsApp page Eze from Abagana. I applaud the Northern Youth for making right choice, supporting Peter Obi. Christian Ufondo from Onitsha. Buhari attends African Union Summit. We have been hearing something of this nature for decades, but nothing good has ever come out of it. It will be better for the president to stop squandering our mutual fund in this manner. When he returns, there will be no change in the people's standard of living. Therefore, he should stop spending our money on those things that cannot help this country. Darling Christian Ufundo. Valentine Edene. Point of correction. Why should you personally embrace Pito? Why should you personally embrace Tinubu, not all Southeast? Because when Tinubu was governor of Lagos State, he was eager to mobilize South. No other innovation he brought during his dispensation. Is that a reason to embrace Tinubu or to give him social distancing? Most of Nigerian roads are not motorable, not even good for pedestrians. Went ahead to build Niger Republic's road that attracted them to name the road after him. If I may ask, is President Buhari a Nigerian or from Niger Republic? Because there is a say, Charity begins at home. Valentine Edene from Polly Mwizu from Onitsha. Soludo holding P2B. Everyone should be careful. Babache and Northern Christian endorsement of Labour Party is a good one and a welcome development. Dalurine. Ebuka Nwafo from Amawo Bunike. Why won't Niger Republic name road after Buhari? He was the one that supported them with Nigerian economics to build the road. Many politicians are stealing money in dollars since 2015. My question now is, what is our EFCC doing? None of these people stealing our money has been sent to jail. If our laws are active, they won't be stealing again. May God help Nigeria. Dalụrinne. Na Facebook, ejima akwụkwọ si n'aka Dr. Mrs. Mma Olebara from Owerri. Will this color change add value to our naira and boost the economy that is in shambles? May this new naira redesign achieve its purpose so that we will have a new lease of life. Dalụrinne. Nwachukwu Kennedy, Voice of Mbise. The comments credited to Tinubu promising to protect Igbo businesses and to make Southeast Taiwan of Africa is quite laughable and unbelievable. If he likes, let him promise to make Southeast capital. None of our concern. Rather, he should join hands with other Nigerians to support P2B come 2023. Odemadarinne. Chinedu Oneka. I will meet Obi to resolve differences, says Soludo. This is called damage control. The only thing he must do for Obi is to deliver Anambra State to Obi. Okay. Dalụrinne. Also Francis Nnamani. I will negotiate with Southeastern promises be fulfilled. Dalụrinne. Anyị ekene unu Dalụrinne. Ozi unu zitere anyị. From Southeast governors mobilizing support for Tinubu. Please, some of our people, what is your problem? So you people don't want Igbo man to be president of this nation. Who did we offend? Dalụrinne ekene unu na channel ndị zitere akwụkwọ na Facebook, SMS, then our WhatsApp. Ọ ga-adị on Monday ma anyị nọ maka na newspaper headlines. Abụ m
Anna Martin.
ndị